Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanang Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nittang Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Now, since we are discussing about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his teachings, we decided to give the Bhagavatam class also on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Srimad Bhagavatam, when different incarnations in different yugas had been mentioned, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance has been predicted. 5,000 years ago, Srila Vasudev mentioned that that Krishna would appear in this age of Kali as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The incarnations of the Lord are predicted in the scriptures. How do we recognize that someone is an incarnation of the Lord? Because the scriptures mention about them. Like, for example, we know that Kalki avatar will come. When will Kalki avatar come? The Lord will appear as Kalki avatar towards the end of Kali Yuga. And only 5,000 years have elapsed out of 432,000 years of Kali Yuga. So what is left? 427,000 years to go. So, Kalki avatar will appear, the Lord will appear as Kalki when? Towards the end of the age of Kali. That means about 427,000 years from now, Kalki avatar will come. But do we know that the Lord will incarnate as Kalki avatar? How many of you know? Good. How do you know? How do you know that he will appear? Because it has been mentioned in the scriptures. So, similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance also has been mentioned in the scriptures. But here we have to remember that Krishna came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hiding his identity. He generally comes as the incarnation, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like we know, he came as Matsya, Meena, fish incarnation, Kurma, tortoise incarnation, Vamana, Nrsimha, Varaha. We know, how do we know? The scriptures have mentioned, and in those incarnations, the Lord has manifested himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He didn't hide his identity. But the incarnation as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is coming as a devotee. He is not coming as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he is hiding his identity. Because if everybody knew that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, then all the fun would be lost. They won't treat him as the devotee. They won't accept him as a devotee. That's why he is called the Channa Kalu. In the age of Kali, he will appear hiding his identity. Hiding his identity, he came as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a devotee. But at the same time, indirectly, in the scriptures, the mention has been given about him. Like other incarnations, directly. Namaste Narasinghaya Prahlada Ladadaine. And then Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa. Keshava, Krishna appeared as, Krishna has assumed, Narahari Rupa, assumed the form of Narahari, half lion, half man. Keshavadhrita Kurma Sharira. Keshavadhrita Rama Sarira. Keshavadhrita Shukara Rupa. So Keshavadhrita, Krishna has assumed that form. It has been described. But about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it hasn't been mentioned so directly. But indirectly it has been mentioned. And that verse we will discuss today. That's why we have selected this verse, how this verse is indicating the appearance of Krishna as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangapangastra Parshadam Sangapangastra Parshadam Yaggai Sankirtana Prayair Jajanti Hi Sumedhasaha. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangapangastra Parshadam Yaggai Sankirtana Prayair Jajanti Sumedhasaha. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangapangastra Parshadam Yaggai Sankirtana Prayair Jajanti Sumedhasaha. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangapangastra Parshadam Yaggai Sankirtana Prayair Jajanti Sumedhasaha. Tisha Krishnam Sangapangastra Parshadam Yaggai Sankirtana Prayair Jajanti Sumedhasaha.
Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sango Pangasa Tarsha Parshadam Yagge Sankirtana Prayair Yajanti Sumedhasa.
Mataji's Krishna Varnam, repeating the syllables Krishna. Tvisha, with luster. Akrishnam, not black, golden. Sa Anga, along with his associates. Upa Anga, servitors. Astra, weapons. Parshadam, confidential companions. Yaggai, by sacrifice. Sankirtana Prayai, consisting chiefly of congregational chanting. Yajanti, they worship. He, certainly. Sumedhasaha, intelligent persons. Translation. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Please repeat after me. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. I'm sorry, this purport is not exactly by Prabhupada, by Prabhupada's followers, because this was translated after Srila Prabhupada left the planet. The same verse is quoted by Krishnadas Kaviraj in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 3, verse 52. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has given the following commentary on this verse. This text is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Jiva Goswami has explained this verse in his commentary on the Bhagavatam known as Krama Sandarbha, wherein he says that Lord Krishna also appears with a golden complexion. The golden Lord Krishna is Lord Chaitanya, who is worshipped by intelligent men in this age. That is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam by Garga Muni, who said that although the child Krishna was blackish, he also appears in 3 other colors: red, white, and yellow. He exhibited his white and red complexions in Satyaj and Treta Yugas, respectively. He did not exhibit the remaining color, yellow gold, until he appeared as Lord Chaitanya, who is known as Gaurahari. Srila Jiva Goswami explains that Krishna Varna means Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna Varnam and Krishna Chaitanya are equivalent. The name Krishna appears with both Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya Krishna. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But he always engages in describing Krishna and thus enjoying transcendental bliss by chanting and remembering his name and form. Lord Krishna himself appears as Lord Chaitanya to preach the highest gospel. Varnayati means utters or describes. Lord Chaitanya always chants the holy name of Krishna and describes it also. And because he is Krishna himself, whoever meets him will automatically chant the holy name of Krishna and later describe it to others. He injects one with transcendental Krishna consciousness, which merges the chanter in transcendental bliss. In all respects, therefore, he appears before everyone as Krishna, either by personality or by sound. Simply by seeing Lord Chaitanya, one at once remembers Lord Krishna. One may therefore accept him as Vishnu Tattva. In other words, Lord Chaitanya is Lord Krishna himself. So, anyway, then it goes on describing about how he will appear as Sangha Pangastra Parshadam. We'll serve the purpose of selecting this verse with this particular verse and the commentary that Srila Prabhupada wrote in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita about this verse. So, as I mentioned, in other descriptions of other incarnations is direct. As I mentioned, Keshavadhrita Kurma Sharira, Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa. So, it is directly indicating that Krishna has appeared. But here, it hasn't been directly informed. It is presented in an indirect way. Indirect way in the sense, it is indicating him, not telling directly. What he will do when he appeared this incarnation, when he would appear in the Kali Yuga, what he will do? He will chant the holy name of the Lord all the time. And he will inspire others to also chant the holy name of the Lord. And this way, he will establish the Sankirtan movement. It's a special yajna. Generally, the yajnas that have been mentioned in the scriptures, they are like Agnishtam Yoga, Agnihotra, etc. Lighting the fire sacrifice, those yajnas were performed. But this yajna, how is this yajna is performed? This yajna is performed by chanting the holy name of the Lord. By chanting the holy name of the Lord, this yajna will perform. There is no need to light a fire. There is no need to offer havi in the havan or sacrifice. This is a very special yajna, Sankirtan yajna, and this is the most powerful of all yajnas. Because this yajna will elevate one to Golok Vrindavan. Other yajnas generally take one to the heavenly planets. Other yajnas give some material benefit. By performing other yajnas, one gets this kind of material benefit. Or at the most, the other yajnas can take one to Vaikuntha. But that yajna cannot take one to Golok Vrindavan. The only yajna, only spiritual activity that can enable one to go to Golok Vrindavan is this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Jaggai Sankirtana Praya. And who started this yajna? Krishna himself. Only Krishna can do that thing. And Krishna did it by chanting, by appearing as a devotee, and he himself chanted the holy name. He himself inspired others to chant this holy name. And this is how he established this Sankirtan yajna. Sankirtanaika pitaro kamalaya. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been identified as the father of this Sankirtan Yoga, Pitaro. And this Pitaro is indicating two dual personality. Pita is singular, Pitaro is two, dual, and Pitaraha, many. Sanskrit declination goes like that. Singular number, two persons, and many. So singular Pita, singular number is Pita. And dual is Pitaro, Pita, Pitaro. So why dual number? Because it's not only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This Sankirtan Yaga has another father. That is Nityananda Prabhu. So Chaitanya Mahakrishna came not only as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but as well as Nityananda Prabhu, and he established the Sankirtan Yagya. Jagai Sankirtana Praya. Krishna Sankirtanaika Pitaro. The fathers of this Sankirtan Yagya are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. So this is the incarnation of the Lord in this age of Kali. He also appeared as the holy name. That's another incarnation in this age. Krishna appeared. Abhinnatta nama namino. Krishna and Krishna's name are non-different. That means Krishna also descended in this age in the form of his holy name. Therefore, chanting the holy name is so important. Chanting the holy name, especially congregationally. Sankirtan is the Yuga Dharma. The Yuga Dharma of this age is Kalu Tad Harikirtanad. Krite Jadhayate Vishnu. The process of spiritual perfection in the age of Satya Yuga is meditation. Tretayam Jajate Mokho. Treta Yuga performing sacrifice to please the Lord of all sacrifices, Krishna. Dwapare Paricharjayam. In Dwapar Yuga, it is serving the Lord in the temple, deity worship. But Kalo Tadhari Kirtanad. In the age of Kali, it is by chanting, congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. So in this way, we are seeing that in the scriptures, it has been very clearly indicated that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an incarnation of Krishna. Not only an incarnation, Krishna himself came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sometimes people do not want to accept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as an incarnation. But we can see that how mistaken they are. It is their misfortune. Krishna came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to benefit the living entities in this age, but if somebody does not accept, somebody even accepts the Supreme Personality of Godhead, somebody may even be a Vaishnava, but if he doesn't accept Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is missing out on that opportunity. Therefore, it has been pointed out, intelligent class of people, Sumedha Saha, those who will accept Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the incarnation of Krishna, they are extremely intelligent. Those who have accepted, they are extremely intelligent. Those who are not intelligent, they will not receive the mercy of the Lord in this age. Even though they may be Vaishnavas, they are running a risk. Actually, Chaitanya Charitamrita made a very heavy statement in this respect. It says that Jarasandha and Shishupal, they were worshipping Narayan. Jarasandha and Shishupal were worshipping Narayan. But because they went against Krishna, they are demons. They are worshipping Narayan, but they are not recognizing Narayan. They are becoming opposed to Narayan. Therefore, it has been said that in a similar note, if someone is worshipping Krishna but does not accept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, rather goes against Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can well imagine what is their position. Chaitanya Charitamrita says that we consider them in the same category as a demon, as Shishupal and Dantavakra, Jarasandha. And that is why in this age, Sumedhasaha, those who are really intelligent, they will accept Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and follow his footsteps. And the result will be an inconceivable good fortune. Entrance to the spiritual sky is extremely difficult. And elevation to Golok Vrindavan is extremely difficult. Mind you, Golok Vrindavan, even the residents of Vaikuntha cannot have access to Vrindavan. But by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, the most fallen living entities of the most fallen age, Kali Yuga is specially designed for the fallen living entities. The advanced souls don't come in the age of Kali. The advanced souls are meant to come in Satya Yuga, little less advanced in Treta Yuga, little less advanced in Dwapar Yuga, but most fallen ones come in the age of Kali. So never ever think that you are elevated personalities. Rather recognize that in this age we all are fallen. We all are fallen, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy has come down to elevate us. That is the wonderful gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are fallen, we are most degraded, we are so sinful. I mean, we can consider, most of us are coming from non-vegetarian background in this age. What to speak of other sinful activities? Some special souls are there, those who are vegetarian from birth. But most of us in this age are not only non-vegetarians, many of us also were meat eaters. I mean, that means cow's meat eaters. So that's the background we are coming from. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is there to lift us up. That's so. Since we are so fallen, Krishna bestowed his special mercy for this age. In this respect, one example can be given. When the child is suffering terribly, the child is so small, he is totally incapable, he is suffering, is with this terrible disease. What does the father and mother do? What do the father and mother do? Their mercy is displayed most intensely for this child who is totally incapable and suffering. So in this way, since we all are the children of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and because we are most fallen, because we are suffering so much, because we are so incapable, the Lord's mercy has come down to pick us up. That is our good fortune. Therefore, we must consider that the qualification to receive the Lord's mercy in this age is our fallen condition. As Narottam Das Thakur sang, Potito pavano hetu tabo avatar, moshamo potito prabhu na paibe ar. You have come to deliver the fallen souls. Potito pavano hetu, for the hetu means for the sake of. Tabo avatar. You have come to deliver the fallen souls. Potito pavano. And you will never get anyone as fallen as I am. So the qualification for spiritual advancement in this age is our fallen condition. So that is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special mercy. So we can see that we don't need any qualification in this age. Like we do not have to, other ages there were consideration. Are you Brahmana? Are you born in a Brahminical family? Did you develop the Brahminical qualities? And then only you are able to receive the mercy. Unless one is a Brahmana, in other ages one couldn't study the scriptures. And not just by birth being a Brahmana, one had to be qualified to study the scriptures and understand the purpose, understand the meanings. So these are the special qualifications for the age, other ages. But in this age, what is the qualification? In this age, the qualification is, I am totally disqualified. Our qualification is our total disqualification. So we can consider how fortunate we are. We do not need any qualification. Rather, our disqualification is our qualification. And and that's why we have to develop the humble state of mind. We have to develop a humble attitude. If we are arrogant, if we are proud, oh, I am so advanced, I am so elevated, I am so qualified. Okay, disqualified. Therefore, I am moshamo potito prabhu na paibe ar. Let me recall all the things that I have done in the past, and that will show how fallen I was. So my Lord, please accept me, although I am so fallen. Our heart repents in this way due to our past sinful activities. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also is saying that I am so fallen. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is also displaying that attitude. Purisher kit hoite moishe lokhishto. I am more fallen than the insect, worm in the stool. Jagai madhai hoite moishe papishto. I am more sinful than Jagai and Madhai. That is my qualification. In that sense, not qualification, we are not saying that, well, I am qualified, rather I am totally unqualified. And that will make us develop and cultivate that humble state. That Trinadopi Sunichena. Trinadopi Sunichena. More humble than a blade of grass. More humble. Look at the condition of a blade of grass. The people are coming and stepping on the blade of grass. Falling, lying on the ground. And people are just stepping on it. The grass doesn't protest. Oh, fine. So similarly, when we are insulted, when we are humiliated, when we are exploited, we should simply harbor this attitude. It's all right, all right. That is the meaning of becoming more humble than a blade of grass. Arrogance doesn't have any room in Krishna consciousness. Those who are arrogant, they can find their own way. But Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement is meant for those who are humble. Then they only will get the ticket to enter into Golok Vrindavan. So in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has bestowed his mercy upon us in this age. So the seminar is simply to make you all understand the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And mind you, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings are very simple. We don't have to become big scholars to understand that. Although the greatest scholars have presented Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings, but it is very, very simple. And ultimately it is coming to this simple point. Trinadopi sunichena taroriva shahishnuna amanena manadena kirtaniya sadahari. So the ultimate consideration, ultimate point is kirtaniya sadahari. And to develop that qualification, these are the prerequisites. Trinadopi sunichena. More humble than a blade of grass, as tolerant as a tree. Taror eva shahishna. Opi means more than. Eva means like. More humble than a blade of grass, tolerant as a tree. Taror eva shahishna. And look at how tolerant the trees are. Never protest. Somebody is cutting the tree. The tree doesn't say, "Why are you cutting me? What did I do to you? I didn't do anything to you. Why are you unnecessarily killing me?" Doesn't protest. Rather, in the scorching sun, the tree is giving the shade to the woodcutter. He's cutting the tree, saying, "Oh, okay. The sun is so strong. Come under my shade." Giving the shade. The person who is cutting the tree is hungry. The tree is saying, "Take some fruits." So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is reminding us to develop that attitude. That is the attitude that we have to develop. In order to be qualified to chant the holy name of the Lord, sada, constantly. Constantly we'll be able to chant only when we have developed that attitude. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. Does anybody have any question? Questions you have to write down on a piece of paper, because let me see how many have quickly come bring the questions. I will take 5 questions more. Or 6. 3 from the Mataji's side, 3 from the Pitaji's side. Shamsundar Krishna Das, Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. I have the following questions. 1. Guru Maharaj, could you please tell in what incarnation he came in Satyuga in white color, and in what incarnation he came in red color? Yeah. In Satyuga, he appeared as Hamsa avatar. As Hamsa avatar, he is in white complexion. And in Treta Yuga, he appeared as Rakta red incarnation. I'm trying to remember his name. Anyway, the point is, Bhagavatam is describing, in this particular chapter actually, that he appeared in his reddish complexion in Treta Yuga. And the name is given somewhere. Let me see if the name is here. So it's describing in Satyuga the Lord is white and four-armed, has matted locks and wears a garment of tree bark. He carries a black deer skin, a sacred thread, prayer beads, and the rod and water pot of Brahmachari. So that is the identity of the Lord in Satyuga, Lord's incarnation. Then it is saying, in Satyuga the Lord is glorified by the names Hamsa, Suparna, Vaikuntha, Dharma, Yogeshwar, Amala, Ishvara, Purusha, Abhakta and Paramatma. So these are the names of the Lord in Satyuga. Then in Treta Yuga the Lord appears with a red complexion. He has four arms, golden hair, and wears a triple belt representing initiation into each of the three Vedas, embodying the knowledge of worship by sacrificial performance, which is contained in the Rig, Sam, and Yajur Veda. His symbols are the ladle, spoon, and other implements of sacrifice. In his forehand, he is holding those implements of sacrifice. Let me see the name. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, the names are here. In Treta Yuga, the Lord is glorified by the name Vishnu, Jagya, Prishnigarbha, Sarvadeva, Urukrama, Vrishakapi, Jayanta, and Urugaya. So these are the names of the incarnation of the Lord in Treta Yuga. So it seems you have another question here. Second question, why the Lord is so compassionate to fallen souls in Kali Yuga and not to exalted souls in Vaikuntha who are more exalted? Very good question. Thank you, Shamsundar. Yeah. You see, it is not a matter of not being merciful to the residents of Vaikuntha. The point here is, when one goes to Vaikuntha, then he assumes his eternal identity. Sarup, Nitya Sarup, Nitya Siddha Sarup. So that identity cannot be changed. Right? So that is why it is not available. This information about Golok is not available to the residents of Vaikuntha. Right? It is not that the Lord is less merciful to them. Those who are meant to be in Vaikuntha, they have been elevated to Vaikuntha. And those who have become qualified to enter into Vrindavan, Lord's mercy is being available. And why that is also, you see, Krishna's Golok form, Krishna's original form in Golok Vrindavan is like our forms in the earth planet, human beings. Therefore, Golok is the place for those who are into Golok has an easier access for those who are two-armed. Because the original form in Golok is also two-armed. Whereas Vaikuntha form is four-armed. Anyway, I can't remember, read the name. Let me see if I can read that. Okay. Are other acharyas before appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explain this verse in some way? Are they also accept him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Well, good question actually. I have to check it, what other acharyas have given wrote in their commentary about Chaitanya, this particular verse, Krishna Varnam Krishna Krishna. Let me, I'll check it. The question is in Hindi from Parameshwari Radhika. देवीदासी, इस कलियुग में गुणों के आधार पर नहीं बल्कि जन्म के आधार पर उसे योग्यता दी जाती है। ये लिखा तुमने, इस कलियुग में, इस कलियुग में गुणों के आधार पर नहीं बल्कि जन्म के आधार पर उसे योग्यता दी जाती है। ये सच है क्या? हर स्थिति में ही योग्यता के अनुसार ही विचार होता है, जन्म के बारे में, जन्म के विचार से नहीं। Well, question is, in the age of Kali, the qualification is determined by birth, not by qualification. Right? That's your point. Okay. No, that's not true. Point is, in Kali Yuga, no one is qualified. Everyone has become Sudra. तो जन्म के अनुसार सभी शूद्र है, ठीक है? तो कौन ब्राह्मण बनेगा? ब्राह्मण बनने के लिए इस्कॉन में आना पड़ेगा। और बाद में क्या लिखा? परंतु द्वापर युग में भी कर्ण को भी उसने माता पिता जिन्होंने उसे पाला था उस आधार पर उसे सम्मान नहीं दिया गया। हाँ, उस युग में जन्म के अनुसार विचार होता था, इसलिए जन्म और जो माता पिता जो है उनकी विचार से, इसलिए कर्ण यद्यपि सूर्य देव का पुत्र था और कुंती में माता का पुत्र था, लेकिन पिता माता को कौन विचार से हुआ? जो अधिरथ था, सूत पुत्र, उस विचार से। गुण के अनुसार विचार नहीं हुआ, जन्म के अनुसार ही उसका विचार अधिक से प्रमाणित हुआ था। बल्कि कलियुग में, बल्कि असल में गुण के अनुसार ही होना चाहिए। Did everybody understand? Her next part of the question was that in Dwapar Yuga, Karna was determined also by his birth, because who is his father, who is his mother, not by his qualification. The answer to that is yes. In Dwapar Yuga, a great importance was given to the birth, because the birth was pure in other ages. But Kali Yuga is the age of Varna Shankar. There is no way to determine the qualification through the birth. And Karna's case was different. Karna was an ideal Kshatriya, the son of Surya Dev, Vivashwan, from whom all the Kshatriya dynasty has come. one Kshatriya dynasty. And mother is an exalted Kshatriya lady, Kunti Devi. But because it was seen that he was the son of a chariot driver, he was considered to be a Sudra, not a Kshatriya. Jamna Priya Dasi, dear Guru Maharaj, thank you for your amazing explanation today. Is it okay to protect oneself if being humiliated just so that one can perform one's service? Yeah, like you see, like these qualifications we have to develop naturally, not artificially pretend. Our goal should be, our endeavor should be to acquire this qualification, but that doesn't mean that we have to artificially try to display that. Heart is full of anger. Heart is full of anger, but externally, yes, Prabhu, I am your Dasanu Das. But inside, what's happening? I wish I could punch you in your face. Rather, if there is anger, give it out. Give a vent to that. But then repent afterwards. Oh, what did I do? Why did I do that? So that is a better way instead of artificially. If you can't tolerate it, like you are saying, Prabhu, I am so fallen, I am your humble servant, what you have done is perfectly alright. But internally I am thinking, okay, just wait till I get the right opportunity. At night when no one will be around, then I will come and I'll teach you a lesson. It shouldn't be like that. The actual cultivation should be in the heart. It's a matter of consciousness, not the display of something, some attitude externally. But then again, don't fight. Like, be honest. And that is my point. Be honest. Like, if somebody hurt you, then go and tell that person that, you know, Prabhu, what you did really made me feel bad. And then have a heart-to-heart discussion. Then what will happen? All the grievance from the heart will come out. And he will also understand. It happens with us in the senior level, with our, in the GBC level. We get into conflict. We get into disagreement. But then we speak. Just the other day, one god brother of mine, he told me that, Maharaj, I heard that you said this about me. And then I explained, like, first of all, I tried to find out what he actually heard and what I actually said. And if there was any difference between what I said and what has been presented to him, I explained to him. And then we discussed. And, you know, like ultimately we came to a conclusion that yes, in our service we will have disagreement. But let's express it clearly so that we can have a proper understanding, because our unity is very important, as you said, to render our service properly. It is very important that we have a congenial relationship with the devotees around us in order to execute our service properly. Okay. Then Jamna Priya is explaining, because it's also seen that if not done so, then one gets taken for a ride, so to speak, which can be disruptive and may interfere in one's ability to serve peacefully. So, Jamna Priya, I think I have answered that point. I can't see you. There's so many. Okay, right. Thank you. Does it explain? Like if anything happens, if there is disagreement, speak in a humble state. Now, why did you say this? Then his response or her response is, yes, I have done that. Then let's see what you can do. And you say, oh, what I can do to you? Then she puts on the gloves. Let's go to the ring. Avoid that kind of situation. We are in one family. We all are related to each other. It's such a wonderful relationship. Sumedhasaha. The most intelligent people have got together here in Krishna consciousness. Where will you find such a society? The best, the cream of human society is here in ISKCON. But unfortunately, due to the influence of Kali, the fire of dissension is ignited sometimes. So we should try to overcome that. Then at the end she is writing, sorry for my question, Guru Maharaj, as I understand what you are saying is the highest. There's no need to feel sorry. Because when you ask a question, sincere question like that, I get an opportunity to speak on that topic. Thank you. Devashri Radhika Devidasi. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. You often instruct us on how we should genuinely develop the quality of tolerance, humility. Humility and tolerance go hand in hand. However, in trying to practically and genuinely implement these qualities, despite meditation upon them, it appears difficult and unfathomable. And as budding devotees, what should be the endeavor on our part? Very good. I think I answered the question through the last. We have to start from the point that we are imperfect. Right? When we develop that attitude that I am imperfect, but I must try to become perfect, then that endeavor will automatically be there. But if we think that, well, I am perfect and there is nothing that I have to learn, there is nothing that I have to develop, then what is happening? I am blocking myself up. No room for improvement. Rather, we should always be open to the rooms for improvement. And keep trying. Make mistakes, fine. Prabhupada said that making mistakes, there is no harm in making mistakes. Making mistakes is not bad. But not to learn from the mistakes is bad. We will make mistakes and let's learn from our mistakes. So, yeah, these have been answered. Thank you all very much.